And we are live, it says. Hi, everybody. Welcome,
Hello,
welcome.
how's everything going?
Let's see. It's not showing me how many people are here yet. Okay, one person. So we'll give it a couple of minutes, I guess. How are you doing, Brian?
Well, I'm doing okay. Ups and downs, riding the wave, like I like to say. Uh,
And you don't even live near an ocean.
oh no, but I miss it. I miss the ocean sometimes.
Yeah.
It's in my blood, you know. Like I said, I'm a sailor, you know,
Oh,
and
that's right. That's right. That's right.
yeah,
Yeah.
I spent a good part of 10 years of my life floating around on the, like I call it, floating around on the great blue deep.
On the high
It's
seas, huh?
on the high seas. Yes, I've actually been to four oceans, several seas. Okay, I went to, okay, of course, the Atlantic, the Pacific, the Indian, and the Indian. So three
Okay.
oceans,
Okay.
and then the Mediterranean Sea, and all those little seas around there, like all the
The
little.
Black Sea
Yes,
and
I was up in the Black Sea, and then the Red Sea. Several been through the
okay.
Red Sea several times, um, and then
Hi, Allison.
all
Welcome.
the Gulf, like the Persian Gulf, Gulf of Aden, all around there. Um,
Oh, my geography's terrible, but I believe you.
yeah, it's I was very fortunate in a lot of respects. The job with the job I got kind of stuck with.
Yeah.
It allowed me opportunities that I don't know if I would have had otherwise, but it also pigeonholed me.
How so?
I could only serve on a limited number of ships,
Oh,
and the shore duty options were few and far between as far as cool ones where you can just sit back and relax. You know what I
yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
Uh, no, it was a sea duty heavy, intense job or rate. That's what we called it. I'm a what they call a Aegis, Aegis, which is ancient Greek for shield,
Oh,
right?
okay.
Athena, the goddess of war and wisdom, her shield was called Aegis.
Okay.
So Aegis weapon system, and it was built around the basically the hull of the ship. They would put all this stuff in it. It had radar that could see way, way, way over the horizon. We could track an
Right.
object. We could track an object up to 500 and some odd miles. Uh,
Wow.
yeah,
Wow.
yeah. It could see up to like 240, 200. Yes, it's basically see up to 246 miles, and if it caught a track, it could track it all the way
Oh,
out to
oh,
500, over 500 miles.
wow.
Yeah, the Aegean Sea was named after, yeah, Aegis, Aegean Aegis. And what I did was I worked on I worked on radar, computer, and power systems. Right.
Wow.
The radar I worked on, the round antennas that you could back
They
in the 80s.
turn.
Yeah, the round antennas
Yeah.
that were like satellite TV antennas back in
Yeah.
the 80s.
Yeah.
Those shaped like that. They're kind of shaped like that. Those antennas, and what they would
Yeah.
do is they would shoot radio frequency at a target, and the missile would be coming in towards the target, and when it detected enough enough reflection, it'd blow up. Right,
Wow.
basically
Wow.
a proximity detonator, like a big flying grenade, huge flying grenade. Right. Um, so
Well, you know something I learned the other day that
what
missiles actually like change direction and chase planes. I had no
Yeah,
idea that they did
it
that.
just depends on what they're homing,
No idea.
what they're
I
what.
thought that missiles just were aimed somewhere and that's where they went, but they
Well,
can.
oh, we got missiles these days that you fire them, and then GPS puts them to within inches
Inches.
of their targets.
Wow. Yeah. But it
That's
was
the difference.
wild.
That's those cruise missiles and all those other stuff that I could have ended up working on, but I chose of the limited number of options I had when it came to picking my particular job,
Yeah.
the fire control systems was the most appealing.
Huh.
Uh, and I worked on that radar. I worked on the computer, the troubleshooting system for the system, and I worked on the power system. So it was a very critical job.
Yeah, sounds confusing to me.
Oh, it was confusing for me too a lot of the times. Um, uh, but so that's what I did. I did that for almost 12 years and was going to make a career out of it, but my love handles and my skinny neck, um, yeah, kind of put the kibosh on that. But
What? Never
yeah,
mind. You don't even have to explain all that.
oh, it's at the time, okay. There's this chart they have, right? You got to be
Yeah.
within height weight standards,
Oh, 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 oh.
and the way they determine your body fat percentage and this all
Yeah,
this other,
yeah.
and they take your neck and your waist measurement and blah blah blah, blah. And three strikes you're out, and that was a bullet I dodged and dodged until I didn't dodge it. So
Yeah, yeah.
and
That's weird, huh? That they
yeah,
have,
and it was funny the uh, 4 months.
especially for certain jobs, you would think it
Oh,
wouldn't
dude,
matter.
they've spent millions and millions of dollars on training me. A lot. They
Crazy,
spent a
crazy,
lot of money
crazy.
on training me, and they just kicked me out. But it was
Did you work with low voltage or
high
high
voltage,
voltage? High
high
voltage.
voltage. Ooh, 440, 440 volts, 400 hertz. If it caught a hold of you, oh my God, you were toast. Um, yeah,
Scary,
I
scary.
have a very, very, very high fear and respect for electricity.
Oh,
Um,
I have a high fear, that's for
yeah,
sure.
yeah. No, it was I got separated from the Navy 2013. December 31st, 2013 was my official separation date. Just shy of 12 years. Um,
Wow. Wow, wow,
yeah,
wow.
yeah, and April time frame of 2014, buddy of mine that I served with sent me an email to a show to a story, Navy Times, where the chief of naval operations was bitching about so many sailors getting kicked out because of height weight standards. So he
Oh,
suspended
wow.
the program. If you weren't
Oh,
within
wow.
it was still a three strikes, but you could not re-enlist
Oh,
or
when you were already gone.
no, you could not re-enlist if you were coming up for re-enlistment. You could not re-enlist if you were out of height weight standards. It wasn't an
Oh, oh,
automatic
oh.
get the hell out, because at least they could keep you until the end of your contract. But
I see.
it all worked out because I was able, because I was injured and stuff, and I was able to collect disability and other stuff, and kept my GI
Well,
Bill. I kept all of my benefits.
cool.
Kept my GI, kept my health care, kept my GI Bill,
Oh,
and
that's great.
yeah,
Yes.
so it worked out where, because when I decided to join the Navy, it was like I wanted to do something because I was almost 30 and I needed to figure out what the heck I wanted to do in my life.
Right.
Because I'd promised my mom when I dropped out of school at 23, 24, or something like that. I was in
Out
school
of
for a while.
college, you mean?
Yes, when I dropped out of college. Yes, not high school, college. When I dropped out of college, I promised my mom, I was like, Mom, I'm going to go back by the time I'm 30. I just need to get out, get a job, figure out my
Right.
stuff, blah, blah, blah. Well, it turned out I ended up joining the Navy at 30. But it wasn't
Wow,
like,
yeah.
like,
That's
like
a
in,
little late, isn't it? I mean
well, no, not that.
I mean,
Wasn't,
I
well,
don't most kids.
in my division, in my boot camp division, I was the oldest. I had a couple people that were in their late 20s, but I was the oldest. Now, in my technical school, what they call
Yeah.
C school, where I learned my particular job.
Yeah.
Out of the 12 students, 4 of us were my age, including me.
Wow.
So yes, it was a higher percentage, I think, than most. But yeah,
Yeah.
it was not unheard of at the time for older people. But yes, a vast majority of the people in that I served with were all in their early 20s, unless
Yeah.
they were in for a while. So
Right. Right.
the whole point of me joining was to for my GI Bill and to have a retirement at 50, right, where I could basically do what the hell I wanted. I kind of got that with my
Yeah.
disability and everything, but it came at a price. You know,
Right.
I
Right.
can't do things now that I would like to, but I can't afford to pay people to do things.
I
And
totally understand. Believe me.
but but with my GI Bill coming in, and with my GI Bill and with me getting my credit and everything all together, uh,
Straightened out.
getting it straightened out from my oh god my marriage, oh my lord, my ex-wife didn't know a credit card she didn't like to freaking charge up that she if she could get it, oh lord, and most of it was done on me.
Right.
um so um so yeah, so now that I'm pulled myself, especially over the last year, like we talked about last time, over the
Yes.
last
Yes.
2 years, pulling myself out of that darkness and everything and stuff is going to help me get hopefully that aspect of my the material aspect of my life, the ability to do stuff that I need to do
Right.
that needs that those type of resources uh, better
How old
because
are you, Brian?
53.
Okay.
Yeah, 53. I
And then, yeah, you straightened out your life, so things are on a better path now.
things are on a better path. There's still a lot of work ahead. A lot
Oh,
of
I
work
know.
ahead. I've been
Believe me.
battling my own impatience to get things done because it really I'm the type of guy I can be very flighty. At least I used to be. Make a decision here. No, I don't want to. But once I get determined on what I want to do, I want to do it now.
Right. Right.
Yeah, I want to do it now. I want to be able to
Right.
do what I want.
I think that's a pretty natural human trait.
Eh, but it can be exacerbated by the childhood trauma and stuff like that. It is
Yeah.
the impatience is can be a trauma
Oh,
response.
I'm terrible. Yeah. Well, you saw
Mhm.
me, and David and Susie and Journey saw me the other night dealing with the same audio problem in the headset,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I just get
Where
so
you get that? Where you get that? I get all these just this bunch of
so
input going. Yeah,
frustrated.
it's like the world's going this way.
It's terrible. It's
Yeah,
hard
and
for me to get out of it too.
yeah,
It's like I'm spinning in my own
yeah,
head.
and that's that that's your nerves. That's your automatic nervous system.
Yes, I
Uh,
need to look into getting that shot. Have you looked into
oh,
it?
yeah, not there's from what I understand, there's no place in Arkansas where I'm from
Oh,
get that particular one. And I tried to get because of my neck and shoulder and stuff. I tried to get something that they'd offered me when I was in the Navy, basically
yes.
an epidural for your neck. Well, it didn't quite do. It didn't help my pain or anything
Right,
like that
right. Those don't
because
help me either.
it needs to be directly into the ganglions, into the part there.
Right, right.
So they do offer chronic pain clinics. They do have chronic pain clinics in Arkansas. That's where
Yeah.
you can get it like that. But when was it? A couple weeks ago, I took my buddy down to Fort Roots is in North Little Rock. That's where a lot of pain management. We were going to the pain management clinic, and I talked to them about it, and they gave me some advice to um, to talk to my primary care
Yeah.
when I need to email her about it. What the process they told me to go through in order to actually talk to them about getting the actual shot
Right.
for that. So I don't know about that, but once I get stuff moving and everything with my GI Bill and school and everything, in 6 months, hopefully I'll be able to actually afford to go actually get the dual reset done.
Well, your insurance should cover it,
No,
right?
no, the VA
Oh.
doesn't cover that stuff for behavior.
Oh, okay. God, they
It has
should.
it has to be something. I actually talked to a psychiatrist and he did some research for me.
Yeah.
No, they don't do it for that, even though it's you know they use it in the military. So that's something
Yeah.
that I don't know. It's like most things with government. It doesn't matter.
Right. Right. Right.
It's bureaucracy. They can try to
It's
freaking slash the
insane.
red. They can try to slash the red tape, but yeah. Anyways,
It's
that's
insane.
just
I know.
so
I know.
so that's a process I'm going to go over now. But the main thing I've got on the horizon is go starting school. I start school in 2 weeks from Monday.
Oh, cool.
2 weeks from Monday. Yes,
Very
it's
cool.
looming. Looming. That's part
That's
of that.
exciting.
It's exciting and it's freaking terrifying too because
I'm
I've
thinking of actually I have like 1 or 2 semesters left and I'm actually thinking of going ahead and finishing also that way
why
I
not?
can get a new computer.
Why not if you can?
I'm gonna check
Yeah,
into it. Yeah.
it's like why not? So it's so that's what I was one of the things I've been dealing with the anxiety because I've
Oh, you'll do
you know,
fine.
yeah I know I'll do better. I know I'll do better than I did previously.
Hey,
Uh, you
I
know,
I was like an average C student in high school, and I really had to study to make a C and sometimes a B. But in college, I ended up on the dean's list at the
that's cool.
University of West Florida I was going to.
That's awesome.
So, because I had a whole different mindset, because I was older
Well,
and
well, well. When I was originally in school, I was trying to find myself and you know find love and companionship. How did I do? I was like trying to find myself and get laid at the same time, and not doing a good job of either. Um, and well, now I know myself. So,
yeah,
uh,
yeah,
but it's still there's that anxiety because I have a history of you know failure when it comes to certain stuff. But
right,
I have more of a support system now than I had in my
right.
basically most of my life. So I got you guys and people in the chat, and
Yeah,
I've got my channel and all
right.
that.
You're in a different mindset, so
Definitely,
that will
definitely,
help.
things are
Uh,
different now.
so I just want to welcome everybody coming in late, and tell Eat More Pizza. Thank you for the membership. I really appreciate that.
Cool.
And let's see. We were talking about
Got
where you left
Melody.
off last time. Melody.
Oh yeah,
Hi, Melody. Do you want to talk
where I
about
left off
that
last time.
or
Oh yeah, I guess
trigger warning, you guys. If anybody's
we're
triggered by certain people in this community.
I guess I guess I'm going to jump on a bandwagon. I'm not much of a bandwagon jumping on her person. I stay in my own lane. I do my own thing. I talk to everybody. I'm nice to
Right,
everybody.
right.
And the biggest thing, usually though, it takes me a lot to talk talk to talk out about certain things. And uh, I think the 2 times I've done it, it's to defend Marilyn Honig.
It's what?
To defend Marilyn Honig.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, it's because most yeah, well when Mrs. J was messing with her,
Oh my gosh.
yes, and remember I did stuff with Mrs. J for a while, and
Oh, I didn't know
we
that.
oh yeah I did a few live streams with her, and She
Oh, wow.
actually, she actually did this cover for my book.
Oh,
Yeah, the cover for my book.
huh.
She actually produced it for me, right, and
Mm.
stuff. So and then most recently, it was past Sunday because Maryland racist.
Oh, I know. Isn't
I
that
don't
the
think.
most
Yeah,
ridiculous?
yeah, and I partially said my piece at one point, uh, not too long ago, because after it was, let me get this, when Barb went
Told her
on
story.
with told her story,
Yeah.
that was it. You know, I just I was disappointed and but not surprised,
Right.
and then right before Reese put out that long con thing, uh, I
Uh-huh.
uh, I actually said, Joel McCoy came on my show and was talking about, he was mentioning Hef and Allen talking to Maryland, and I was just said I wasn't surprised,
Right.
disappointed, and that I thought Tommy Brett, whatever the hell you want to call him, or he was a bad person, you know. And then I still mean I don't like to be judgmental. I'm the last person to be judgmental because
Right.
we all sick to shit. We all sick to crap.
Everybody judges to a certain extent,
Exactly. As
That's
it's automatic.
you
It's
have
part of,
to, we
yes.
go by and you go by looks when you first see a person before they even
Yeah.
speak, you
Mark
know.
one eyeballs. Yeah, that's what he said. Mark
So,
one eyeballs. It all starts there, and then it goes to feelings and all that other stuff. So, are you really going dogs?
your fur
uh,
babies.
yes, my fur babies. What are you doing, George? Anyways, now it got me thinking. What? Of course, I was there. I was there when Aaron Doxter, whether he did it on
Yeah,
purpose
I was there too.
or or inadvertently or whatever. I was there. I was there when she first came on with him and told her story, and
Yeah.
then I know I remember, not too long after that, wondering how she was doing and everything because her story kind of pulls the heartstrings and everything, and then it was really when I was trying to promote my book.
Mhm.
Right. I actually went on with her to talk about it and everything, and she was
Oh,
one.
wow.
She was actually one of the few that actually let me on with her. That let me
Uh-huh.
come and talk about my book. I didn't even think about asking Aaron, and
Yeah.
most of the ex Scientologists that I had approached ignored me,
Right, right, right.
and the only one that told me no flat out was Amy Scobie.
Oh, wow.
You gotta respect that. You gotta respect that.
Yeah, at
Uh,
least she answered you, huh?
yeah, at least she answered me. So that was fun. It was fun. Actually, I had fun on that one. And then when I tried to go back on with her, it took a little while. I did because I don't like to bug people. I'm a bad self promoter, right? And
Yeah.
it's like okay, because I'm like I feel like I'm bugging people or this that the other. It comes from me
Right.
being
I
annoying in my
understand. I understand.
so and we all know when she started going on this journey with whatever the hell you want to call him, right?
Yeah.
Well, at that time, I was wanting to go on again and talk more about my book and stuff. Well,
Uh-huh.
the day we were supposed to do it, I had to wait for a freaking hour and a half while them two flirted with each other for the world to
Oh,
see.
no. What, you
Ching!
were you backstage for an hour and a half or something?
I was waiting. I was waiting here. I was actually waiting, watching in the chat and everything.
Oh, wow.
And then I just because I was kind of miffed.
Yeah.
I I didn't, because I didn't like watching them two together. You know, I did not. I'm one of those guys. I was one of those people that would, when they came on together, I did not watch them. You know,
Yeah.
I just watched her and interacted with her, and everyone can see, can watch. I was a Reese fan. I still, I still feel for her. I hope she gets whatever
I
she
feel
wants out.
sorry for the woman, I really do. She has
Yeah, there.
Scientology in her blood, and so
Yes. Yeah, it's
she
just like my inner 3-year-old comes out every once in a while. Her inner Scientologist is going to come out.
yeah, but,
It,
people
yeah,
that get out of cults usually want to get better and, like, help
I don't.
get help and help themselves, and she's in therapy, but, I mean,
Yeah,
the
well,
the Scientology just comes out so strong, you know, and, that's why I feel sorry for her.
yeah. So
I
so
mean,
but so
I
when
think she's a bitch, but I do feel sorry for her.
so when all the circus started, right? I was like starting, and then they started talking about the jesters and this, that, and the
Yeah.
other, and all the drama. It's like, okay. And then I asked her if she would mention my little fundraiser for the car,
Oh, yeah.
and I got crickets. Only one grifter on this channel, ain't it? That was my cynical, because I can be very cynical when it comes to human nature.
So she
That
wouldn't
was
mention it or anything, huh?
no, she didn't even respond
Right.
to my
Let me tell you what happened to me one time. I
yeah
was in a chat with her and Tommy, and I needed 5 subscribers to hit 500. And
yeah
so I typed in, and Tommy's like, "Oh, SPTV Never Ends needs only needs 5. Y'all go over and subscribe to her." And she got mad, and she's like, "Well, you guys, I need subscribers too. Uh, can't y'all just y'all need to go to mine and subscribe?" And she had like what 15,000 or something, and
wow
she was upset because he said, help
yeah
me get 5 subscribers.
yeah.
Uh,
So that there happened. I was like, another chink, you know. I still watched. I still watched and everything, and I did get. She did donate to my campaign.
oh, wow.
Yes, she did donate, and I
Wow,
got
that's
a
the
good.
first time I've ever heard anybody say that she
Yeah,
has.
she donated. The average donation I got was $50, and she donated $50. So
Wow.
which
Well,
I
that's a
really
plus for her. Good for
yeah.
her.
And then a majority of the a majority of actually a majority of the donations I got it when I posted it on her Facebook page and that Facebook group of hers and stuff, which
Yeah, the
I'm
one
no
she
longer
kicked
part
me
of.
out of. She kicked me
Yeah, I
out
got
of
kicked out of
because
it too. I got kicked out of it too after I guess uh, after all that was went on, and then when Barb came on
yeah.
with Heather and Summer, uh, it was and I put on there, I was like disappointed. I was disappointed, you know. Well, I got approached on the back end by someone about they were mentioning, oh, we may have lost Brian. So they inquired. I was like, I don't know. I'm still processing all this stuff because she talks bad about her freaking about people. What'd she say about me? You know,
Right. Right.
it's like she was accused of flirting with all the guys, but I never felt her flirt with me. You know, I thought of
Uh,
her as a little sister. Maybe she thought of me as her ugly older brother. I don't know. Her ugly, creepy older brother.
oh, that's funny.
Yeah, well, it's about. But do I want to know? Do I want to know? Part of me does, but it's like it doesn't matter in the long run of things. It doesn't. Because sometimes
Nope.
I don't know. It's one of those things. And then I think of I'm big on Hi, Kenny Hancock.
Hi, Kenny.
I'm big on mythology and and the stories in the stories and the lessons that we can learn. You know, I'm a writer. You know, and
Right.
I'm really big on the Greeks. I love the
Oh,
Greeks.
wow.
Yeah, and then there's this king. There's this one play that we actually. This is what this we learned this. This was in high school. We
Yeah.
went over this called Oedipus Rex, Oedipus the King, and his crime was hubris. He
What
had
does hubris mean?
hubris. Oh Lord, here. I'm gonna give you a technical definition of it, but
I guess I
it's
could look it
arrogance.
up.
It's arrogance. Here, hubris. Here, hubris. Here, there it is. Definition and meaning: exaggerated pride or self confidence.
Oh,
His
wow.
pride. His
It's nothing
his
good.
his no exaggerate is it's being excessively proud. You know, just one of the seven deadly sins.
Kind
So
of
what
like a
happened with Oedipus was
narcissist.
it can be, but even but he had to know because what happened was the king, not Oedipus, but the king before him. There was this there's this prophecy that he would be killed by his firstborn, right? So when their firstborn, when the king and queen had did their thing and had a kid, they exposed him, left him out to die. Well, he was saved by a farmer. Well, 18 years later rolls around, and Oedipus, the guy, was doing his thing, and he ran into this dude, and they get into a fight, and he kills him. Well, it turns out it was the king, his
Oh,
dad. Well, he ends up marrying. He didn't know that this was his dad,
oh,
so
wow.
he ends up marrying his mom, having kids, and
Oh, no, wait, that's too weird.
it's weird. Well, the Greeks were weird, but he had to know. He had to know because of the something or other. I forgot the details right off my head, right off the top of my head. But he had to know. And when he found out that he was responsible for everything, what he ended up putting his eyes out, and his mom ended up hanging herself and killing her kids.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, the Greeks were so. Here, do I want to know? Do I want to know? I
Right,
don't know.
right,
So
right.
I
Yeah,
don't know, but
sometimes it's better not to, that's for sure.
this is not just better just to move on, say
Yeah.
bye and everything, and just do your own thing. Like I've been accused by a couple people of being a fence sitter when it comes to certain things.
Yeah.
The Greeks were weird. Yeah, they were.
They were.
Well, yeah,
That is
yeah,
that is a weird story. I don't like
yeah,
that
yeah. It's a weird story, but
story.
yeah, Oedipus the king. It's about hubris,
Huh.
about being overly prideful, and it's a you know it's a lesson to be humble. You know,
Yes,
and
being humble is a beautiful
it's
thing. It
yeah,
really is. And
can
it
be hard
it
to
will
do,
carry you far in life too, you know?
but humility can also get in the way of being like me. I'm an artist. I'm a writer, and and you got to have that confidence,
Yeah.
and in order to be a
But
self promoter,
you don't have to like
yes, exaggerate it and stuff like
show
that. But
it so much. Yeah.
but with me, that's one of the things I've been lacking most a big part of my life. But that's so with Reese, I don't know. So I was approached behind the scenes, and I said, flat, I don't know. I really don't know. But once you cut the cord, once you cut off, it's like you get that distance and everything, and then more stuff kept coming out. More stuff kept coming
Oh,
out.
wow.
More drama,
Oh,
drama.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, like, no. I've got enough crap going on in my own head that bye. I don't. This is a circus that I just need to, say goodbye. And that's when I told them I was like, well, if Reese wants to talk to me, she knows how to get a hold of me. I was never one of those. I never got involved.
I
The
bet she didn't get a hold of you, did she?
oh no, crickets.
Of course not. Of
Yeah,
course
so
not.
I was one of those that never got involved. I was not like part of the I was a member. I did do a membership at one, for the boat level because I like the dog. you
Mm.
know, and one of those levels, and stuff.
Yeah.
But I was never one of those that that got involved behind the scenes. And I'm glad that the universe kind of led me that way.
Yeah.
Considering what now. But
Yeah.
accusing someone of being a racist,
Uh,
especially without from what I understand.
She is weaponizing. I don't know if anybody's seen my two recent videos,
I
but
watched a
I
little bit.
talk about weaponizing, using racism,
Mhm.
weaponizing racism, and how horrible that is.
Yeah.
And
Well, so yeah, it's just like, okay, it's like, just move on with your life. The best thing to do is just ignore the haters.
yeah, yeah,
Ignore
uh,
it, because pretty soon, yeah, because being a writer, I know how cheap words can be. They can be,
words can hurt so bad, though.
but they're cheap.
Yeah,
The more expensive thing is behavior.
the
How you
what?
behavior,
Oh,
how you
oh, yes, yes, yes.
how you act is that's more telling of your character. And me being a fence sitter, I don't know, because I was accused at one point of being a fence sitter. I'm like, especially with the with the stuff with DOA and all that stuff. But I've got like
You're accused of being what?
a fence setter,
Oh,
not
oh, oh,
taking a
oh, oh, oh.
stand, not taking a. I was like, I,
Don't you
my
love
stand,
it when people tell
my,
you
my stand,
what you are?
my stand. Well, we kind of, it's like, me and the person that had that conversation, kind of, that was just a small part of the conversation and everything. But my stand is against the cult,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
and,
absolutely.
and Scotty, or some people call him Snotty or whatever,
Chumley, I call him Chumley.
Chumley or whatever you want to call him. You know, I don't agree with some of the shit he did, but he deserves due process just like everybody else.
Oh, he's gonna get it.
He
He's
yeah,
gonna
but
get due process. He might not like the end
he
result,
might
but
not like the result, but I hope he doesn't end up behind bars. I don't want anybody to end up behind bars unless they absolutely deserve it.
yeah,
And stuff. When we just gotta wait and see how how the process
right.
uh
I think
plays out.
Zero Dark Tony deserves to be behind
Oh,
bars
that
for
guy! Oh,
a
that
little
guy!
lesson. He is
I
something else.
I kind of that I remember the night that Aaron had him on, and at that time, Goldie was still the
I
main
missed
mod.
that one.
I remember that night, and I got bad vibes from that guy right from the freaking start. And I was friends with Goldie behind the scenes, right? Uh, very limited friends, but and mainly over it dealt with cat pictures and me giving her a heads up on I'd troll hunt for her, and I would give her heads up when Aaron went on live. So
Right.
for most of the time, and we talked every once in a while behind the scenes, and I was like, I don't
Yeah.
like this guy. I don't like this guy, and she was like, yeah, maybe. And then later on, she told me when he came up again in one of our uh, conversations, she told me that Aaron actually regretted
Yeah.
bringing him on the scene, and I'm like, yeah, there are people. There's things to regret. Well, hold on one second,
Okay.
Bella, move. All right, George, your
If
spot.
your actions don't match the rumors, then the truth will shine through.
Yeah,
That's
eventually,
true.
yes,
Mhm.
eventually, everybody. How do I put
Truth
it?
always wins. Thank
A, a,
goodness.
lep- a leopard does not change the spots. Eventually,
Exactly.
they will be shown out, and
Yep.
that's why I'm me. That's why I'm the same. That's why I treat everybody the same. If I
Right.
don't, and if it's like, I'm nice to everybody. I say hi to everybody. If you don't want me
Mhm.
around, if I can't see you in the chats and everything, then what the heck did I do? I don't know.
You say
Uh,
hi to everybody.
everybody. I'm nice to everybody. There are
Right.
channels that I lurk on. I like when things got really bad on Norris. I was
Oh,
like, okay,
God.
oh God, especially at the beginning of this year. Oh God, it was just like it became toxic. So it's like
Oh
I'll
my
watch it
gosh,
every
that
once
was
in a while, but I
so
don't
bad.
participate in that. It's when they start doing it, when people start forgetting, that we all sit to take a dump,
Yeah.
and it usually stinks, and most people stinks. I know mine does. Then again, it's that humility.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
being humble, trying to be humble, not being so full of yourself, and it's a fine line and stuff. So I don't know. I don't know if I've got everything about that situation, but I finally with the racism thing and everything, because I was subscribed to her on still subscribed to her on a couple of my YouTube accounts. So I
Wow.
would get notifications and everything. And I'm like, okay, what the fuck's she talking about now and stuff? And then I'm like, no, no, no.
I had not watched her for over a year.
Well,
And the other night or last week or whenever it was, I've watched her twice since then because I wanted to make videos about her behavior. And it's not like, well, the last one I made about the racism, I was saying some pretty firm things. The one before that was not, so I didn't like use her name as much and stuff like that, but I was calling out some bad behaviors, and
yeah.
they weren't like my diagnosing her or anything. It's just what I saw.
Mm-hmm.
But I forgot my whole point for saying this, so I'm gonna shut up. Sorry. It's
It's
just like it just slipped my mind.
and I don't want to bash her. That's the last thing. I don't want to be. Brian hates Reese now. No, 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 no. I don't. I'm highly disappointed. Wow, my boyfriend's testicles were bitten off by a camel recently. Poor guy.
And
Troll. We got a troll.
I don't have a mod here.
Well, I guess you mean.
I don't even know
Oh,
how to. I've never had a mod in, I mean, a troll in my
okay.
chat. So
Okay.
I don't know
Okay. This is what you
how to
do.
do this.
Okay, pull up.
Isn't that
Okay,
funny?
Can you pull up the?
Ah,
Can you pull up the video on YouTube on a browser? If you pull up this video on
pull up
YouTube in
what?
a browser, okay, you open the
Yeah.
browser. Okay,
Okay, hold on.
and if you go to the chat, you can make someone a mod in your chat. All you got to do
Oh,
is
okay, hold
right,
on.
right, right click on it. Pizza's a damn good mod. So if you right click on it, and it'll ask you to uh,
Okay,
it'll
wait. My computer's so slow. So should I go to my studio?
no, you go to the go to your live streams.
I don't. Um.
Go to your live
Okay,
streams. Go
hold
on.
on. I have to get there. I have to get there. Oh.
If you go to your live streams, and it'll say where it'll show you. It'll have this one here, and
Live. Okay.
it'll show this one with me and you, and it'll say live there.
Okay.
And in the chat, you'll show the people, and you can mod whoever, and then they can take care of the troll.
Okay, my computer's just a minute. It's so slow.
Yeah.
I can't even see. Okay. Okay, in the chat. Now what? What do I do now?
You right click, if I'm not mistaken, it's right click on the name, like Eat More Pizza. Right click on his name, and a little menu will come up, and it'll say add as moderator.
Okay, hold on. Okay, I have to turn off. I had to turn off the. Is Deb still here? Is there anybody that wants to be a mod? I don't want to throw David on there because I don't even think he likes to mod.
Well, he's my mod, and Hal's my mod on my channel too. So either one of those, I'll vouch for him. Hal's, yeah, and he doesn't mind. He'll do it. Just
Okay, you don't mind, David? Okay, okay.
Just get rid of this guy here, Hero Destroyer.
Okay, I see. Add as moderator. Standard moderator or managing
standard moderator. That's all you need to do.
Okay. Okay. It's
get him.
Done. Thank you. That was easy. That was easy.
No. So
hi, Aphila.
Hey, Aphila. So yeah. Like I said, not to bash on Reese.
Oh, there's the 7 years.
They're starting to do it. You get them. 7 years ago, my parents were eaten by pygmy cannibals, and I've never forgotten it.
How come I can't? I'm sure there's a way I could, but I don't know how.
I don't know. I don't know how to do it here in StreamYard, and I don't.
Oh, delete comment. Yeah. Oh, okay. Thank you.
Don't mess with pizza.
Really?
So,
wow. People are so weird.
Yeah, I know. I don't know what. I don't know.
That's my first troll. Hey, I've hit a milestone.
Hey, I got one. Yeah, I got one too, not too long ago. But they have never come back.
Felicia. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. He's still there, Dave. He's still there, Pizza.
Let's we need to like time out or something, or ban.
Okay.
Oh, well, I'll let him do it. He knows more what he's doing than I do.
Okay, good. Anyways, okay. Anyways, so yeah, like I said, not to bash on Reese, but that was the last straw, because
yeah,
you know, I don't know. I personally believe there's only one race. The rest of it's all about ethnicity. There's only one race. It's the human race, and I hate people. So, yeah, I'm what they call. As a species, the human race was one of the worst ideas. Mother Nature, evolution, God, whatever.
Wait, what'd you say? What? What'd you say? I'm sorry, I was reading. Oh.
Okay, I said the human race.
Yeah.
I'm of the opinion that the human race was the worst idea. Evolution, Mother Nature, God, whatever the universe, whatever you want to call it, has ever spit out.
Thanks, Hallison. I see you.
Okay, I guess the guy's bad. I don't know. I don't know
what. Wait.
Anyways,
okay, ban user and delete their comments. I just did it. I didn't know I could, but I just did. Okay, that user's banned.
Okay, cool. We learn something new every day. Sadly, but you know, I don't know. It's weird, but like I said, not to bash on Reese, not to bash on Reese, but yeah, I just disappointment, highly, and I'm kind of glad that I said goodbye and now moving on with moved on with my life.
You'll be better off, believe me.
But the thing is, the other disappointing thing is I was actually looking forward to meeting her.
Yeah.
Because we were going to do a Memphis meetup in Memphis. Mm-hmm. I live like 2.5 hours from Memphis.
Oh,
easy.
Okay.
It's like right in the area and everything. I was looking forward to it. I was going to end up meeting a whole bunch of people and everything and all that stuff. And unfortunately, Scoville was going to be one of them. And then the weekend we were supposed to do it, it snowed.
Oh, wow.
And then after that, we were going to schedule another one for early March, and that's when Barb came on to
Oh,
and Heather's and stuff on Heather and
yeah.
channel, and then the rest is history.
Yeah. Well, there's there's other people that you'll get to meet one day. I swear to
You,
God, I put ban this person, but
I think they're probably coming in different accounts.
oh,
You can do it slightly differently. I don't know what I don't know.
anyway.
That's
Anyway,
about it as far as all that
um,
goes.
well,
Yeah, it's probably creating new accounts, David. So, but as far as all that goes,
how
the
do
biggest
you create a new account? But isn't that the same name? So
no,
what did?
you can have all kinds of freaking YouTube accounts.
Yeah, I have like
I have
there's
like
one
five
I
or six.
use that I'll never tell anybody because sometimes I'm a lurker and I go in on one of my accounts and no one ever knows who I am.
I have two main YouTube accounts. This one, the one for my channel, which is the one that I always chat with,
Uh-huh.
and then there's one that I use mainly on my phone or if like or my TV,
Uh-huh.
and that's my older one because that's where all the academic channels that I listen to and the history
Yeah.
stuff
Yeah.
and all
Yeah.
the other part of my life is in on that channel, but my SPTV, my
Right.
poetry, and all that other stuff is on this one. And
Yeah.
and lately it's just like looking back though, I can say one thing: Reese and Brett or whatever the hell you want to did something good. Did something good.
Oh, yeah?
The
Tell me.
different
Please
the
tell.
different the
Do
different
tell.
communities that have arisen because of because of them interacting with each other and bringing all these other people in.
Yeah, there's a few
Yes,
crossovers.
like my other's keeper and her and what she's doing and that part of the
Yeah,
community
I don't
there.
know. I don't know those people.
And then Keela McDonald.
Yeah, I
Uh,
think she's the one that I think told Reese that I never have like talked to Keela, but like she was kind of on my radar when Reese told me that she deleted me from her Facebook group because I made a comment somewhere she didn't like or something.
I
And
don't know about that, but there's these different communities
yeah,
that have arisen out of whatever flotsam of
yeah,
rubble, whatever fallout from them two doing
yeah,
their relationship and everything, and because there's a lot of people from the lifeboat that are in like these different little communities
yeah,
that I'm a part of, and so yeah, it's brought people together in certain ways. So
yeah.
yeah,
Different
and it,
fractions like on Survivor.
yeah, and different factions, yeah, like but it's really fascinating to watch and to because I like I said I've always considered
Uh-huh.
myself an observer first and foremost, and that's part of me being a writer,
Yeah.
and then but being able to see this because one of the things I studied in college, one of the many things I studied in college originally was sociology.
Mhm.
So that's how societies develop and the different trends and everything. So
I took one sociology class.
oh, I have like if you look at my transcript, there's several semesters where it's like a couple sociology classes, a lot of them because at one
That's what
point,
I did with religion. I took every religion class that my school offered and
yeah,
started learning about different religions because I was always so curious. But one thing we didn't learn about was Scientology. So
yeah,
that's how I got here. I wanted to know what they believed, you know,
well, like
and here I am.
I started out well back in the I remember the commercials back in the '80s and stuff and thought it was weird. I'd never really read. I don't think I've ever read any of his books.
Yeah,
Definitely
me
didn't
neither.
read Dianetics or any of
No.
his fiction or anything like that. Um, I think the only thing I've read is some definitions when I was writing my book.
Mm.
Yes, if I needed a definition for something, I would,
Yeah.
but yeah, nothing like that. Uh, what brought me into it
You're right,
was
David. It is not a religion, but
uh, what brought me into it was him the stuff. When I told you the last time about me having that accident and everything, and had to, I gave up my car and all that stuff, and
yeah.
was what went in my exile. Started watching a lot of YouTube, a lot of true crime, and that's when I started it was Danny Masterson covered the Danny Masterson trial coverage. Like a lot of us brought us in watching Aaron and all that stuff, and
Yeah.
one of the things that got me fascinated with it was his use of the Hubbard's use of the Navy, the stuff he took from the Navy.
Oh, right, 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 right.
Right, made my blood boil. Oh my lord,
I bet.
you know.
Stolen valor.
Yes, and he was a bad sailor, anyways. Yeah.
Yeah, didn't he hit what did he hit something? He ran into
Uh,
something.
he actually Sheldon Island.
Something
Sheldon,
weird he did.
Sheldon, Sheldon uninhabited Mexican island, uh, and then dropped all their death charges on some magnetic rocks.
Oh, God.
Yeah, and stuff.
Oh, Lord.
He was the only reason he got his commission was because his dad was an admiral.
Oh, wow. He
Yeah,
sank a
yeah,
submarine off the coast. Yes, that's what he did. That's right,
yeah.
David. I
That's
knew it
what they
was
said.
something weird. God.
It was the magnetic
Oh
rocks off
gosh.
Oregon. Yeah, and but yeah, so all this stuff that he took from the Navy, to and especially the W word. I know over across the pond and everything that's a slur like the N word is here. But in the Navy, if you are I'm gonna say it, WOG, that
Mhm.
means you have not been below the equator.
Oh,
My first deployment, I went around South America, so I've been below the equator.
right.
So I am what they call a shellback. I am an honorable shellback, and you go through the ceremony. It's fun. I had a blast doing it. I am not going to talk about it because you know, I can only talk about the mysteries of being inducted into the great Neptune's Great Society, King Neptune's Great Society of the
Hey,
Honorable Shellbacks with
I'm
another honorable shellback.
where's the equator? What country does it run? I wonder if when I
Okay,
went on that cruise if I went past the equator.
okay, okay. The equator is uh,
What countries does it run through? Do you
it
know?
runs through the top part of South America.
Oh, I was
Yeah,
close
it's
then.
Brazil, like Ecuador, the country Ecuador in South
Yeah.
America is named
We
after the equator
Oh,
because
okay,
it's
duh.
one of the countries
Yeah.
on the equator.
I'm gonna have to look at a
It's
map
below Central
because
America. Yeah, it goes through that. You know how Brazil does that little thing out? It goes out
mhm.
and down.
Mhm.
It's right in that area is where the actual
Yeah, I'm gonna
equator.
have to look. You
But yeah,
auditors and course supervisors had to take Scientology ministers course. Hey, you know what, Professor Kakan? I still have a video or like 3 or 4 videos of the what's their ship name? What's the name of the ship
free
they
winds,
have?
the free
Free
winds.
Winds, yes, because on that cruise, we were docked next to them.
Oh yeah, that you went on the cruise
And
with.
I need to make some shorts with my videos,
Yeah, that would be cool.
but
I want to go on a
someone needs to teach me how to make shorts. AI
yeah.
is trying to help me, but
Yeah, I want to go. I want to go on a cruise. Bad. I have not seen the ocean
oh,
in years.
I had a wonderful time.
Oh yeah,
I don't talk
yeah.
to any of the people because they're in a different camp than me, but
I'm in no camp. That's the thing. There's only one camp, and that's the anti. It's
yeah,
all
but you
such.
know what I mean. You know what I mean.
Yeah, yeah. I know. I know what
One
you mean.
one of my roommates is one of Reese's mods.
Uh,
So
yeah. Uh, I forgot what I was going to say.
Oh,
But
I was
yeah,
gonna say my mom always she used to tell us kids like which churches were cults, and I remember her telling us that Scientology, like when I would ask her, what about this church or this church, and she would always tell me, well, that one's a cult, so stay away, and
well,
Scientology was one of them she told me to stay away from.
well, I grew up around in and around the Church of Christ,
Yeah,
along with the Southern
they're a
Baptists.
little they're a little culty, the Church of
Oh yeah,
Christ.
yeah, and so the Southern Baptist. They're very very apocalyptic.
Yeah.
Follow Paul, a lot of very Pauline. They follow a lot of Paul, and then it's like I grew up with the world's going to end any day now,
Hmm.
especially like when the Iran crap was going
Hmm.
on and all that stuff. We were going to die and nuke. The Lord was going to come back and destroy everything in nuclear fire.
And it almost happened. I didn't know how close we got. When I saw those missiles chasing the planes that I was telling you about. I've been watching like about the learning about the Bay of Pigs and the
We
Cuban
came
Missile
close.
Crisis and all
We
that.
came very close.
Yeah, closer than
Just
I ever knew. But I was
yeah,
only like a month or two old when all that
yeah.
was
My,
happening.
my mom, my mom lived through it. That she was born in 47, so she was, a teenager, in her early teens when that stuff happened,
I
and
was born like in September, and I think that happened in November.
seven. Yeah, that happened in November
62.
72, 62. Yes,
Mhm.
November 62. So my mom would have been 15. Yeah, she'd been 15.
But I
Uh,
had no clue that
so
we came that close.
yes, we came.
And all I can say is God bless JFK.
Yeah, I wonder he'd be rolling over in his grave about certain things now, but we're
Yep,
not going to
he would.
go there.
No, no, because I'm pretty sure we don't think the same about all that. But
Some things,
we'll keep that over there.
yeah. But one the thing I remember, uh, is is there was because I had three Titan or Titan missile silos,
What's that?
nuclear nuclear
Oh,
missile silos, Titan nuclear missile silos. A couple miles away, in a couple miles direction.
you mean is that what holds the missiles?
The silos,
Missiles?
yeah, the silos. Yeah, yes. There used to be three missile installations
Wow.
around here, so we were a prime target,
Well,
right?
I know we like where I live right now, we have the third largest I think it's a naval base here in
Yes, the
Jacksonville.
naval air station. I love. I
I
love.
know they were Cuba was those missiles were headed right
Yeah,
for
yeah.
us.
Dude, I miss. I the when Hurricane Katrina came through. Right. Remember my first duty station, my first official duty station was Pascagoula, Mississippi.
Uh-huh.
Right. And on the USS Thomas S. Gates. Well, when Hurricane Katrina came through there, it devastated a lot of things.
Yeah.
I lost my vehicle because my vehicle was parked on base because we were actually in mid deployment. So that kind of stepped up our decommissioning because it was like our last
Right.
cruise, and
Right.
stuff like that did. And so we decommissioned actually in Mayport. So September, October, November, and December of 2005 were the best 4 months of my naval career because I didn't do jack. Yeah, I did not do anything. We were just there. We finished up our little part, and we had to stand
Right.
watch every once in a while. Most of the time, I just messed around Mayport area. I love that area. Too bad I didn't get a station there because they called them the Mayport Mafia,
You mean
right?
around Jacksonville?
Yeah,
Oh, I don't even know the
Mayport.
name of the base here. What is
You
it?
got there's two bases
Yeah.
there. There's the naval base that's
Right.
Mayport, and then there's Jacksonville Air Station, Naval Air Station.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
love
it's
that.
and it's actually the base is actually, I would say, 5 miles from here, from where I live,
That's cool.
and it is huge. I mean, it
Yeah,
goes,
it's
like,
huge.
along the road for a long
Yeah, the
way.
Naval Air Station there is huge.
Yeah, yes, I heard it was, like, the 3rd largest in the
Well,
world.
one of the largest is right down the road from me, Jacksonville Air Force Base.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah. One of the largest air stations, like Jackson
Right.
Air Force bases.
Now, I
They
lived
do.
on the Gulf side of Florida, and that's where Eglin Air Force Base
Yep.
is.
And then they have Pensacola has a
Uh-huh,
air
uh-huh.
station there.
Yep,
That's where a lot of technical that's where a lot
yep.
of the technical air rates and stuff get trained there. Anyways, we're getting off. I my brain's had it. So
Okay. Well, we've been on it a
uh,
little over an hour.
yeah. So this is cool. I enjoy it.
And
Um,
Journey made it back just in time to say bye.
what else we can talk about? But yeah, I get the main things out. You know, it's just one of the. I don't know. I'm
No, you were very nice about it. You didn't say
it's
anything
disappointed.
mean or
No,
bad,
I'm
and
not going to.
yeah.
I just didn't felt like it. I don't know. I don't know why I felt the need to get that part because, like I said, I was never one to. I go where the universe kind of leads me,
Right,
and I guess the universe said no, 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 not this one,
right,
because
right,
I was
right.
actually looking forward. Like I said, I was looking forward to meeting her.
Well, I'm
And,
telling you, and you know this, I don't even have to say it, you're better off.
oh yeah, yeah. Certain things that the universe provides,
Yeah,
and like I said last time when I got pulled over and you know and arrested and stuff because I needed to get that stuff
yeah.
with the court. It's the universe tell you.
Right, right,
Yeah.
right. Sometimes
Anyways, well,
doesn't give you a choice.
no, sometimes it doesn't, and then sometimes it messes with you, and that's a story for a different time.
Okay.
All
Yeah.
right.
Well, listen, I'm gonna be on Susie's channel because I have been to women's prison and she wants somebody to talk about women's prisons. And so that will be coming up. And
Cool.
I told her
The
it's way different than men's prisons. I'm not gonna have a lot of the horror stories that men's prisons have, you know.
yeah.
But
Yeah, see, the next thing going on with me is I got tomorrow morning my show
I'm
where I
never up that early anymore.
replay crew.
Yeah, yeah.
Ryan, where did I go to college? Ah, okay. Uh, you got one start here too.
Huh?
Oh, new member. It's like
Oh, yeah,
uh,
that
uh,
isn't that David? Yeah,
yeah,
thanks so much, David.
Professor Economist. Okay, I originally went to school at the University of Central Arkansas. Most through the early '90s, and then I did some online stuff while I was in the Navy. And then when I was on shore duty, I went to New Mexico State University for a couple semesters.
Thank you, David.
And you know, and then I tried to do online classes after I got out, and I just hated it. I don't like doing online classes too much. So, but I am returning in June in a little over 2 weeks to the University of Central Arkansas to finish what I started 30 years ago.
Cool.
Can't hear you.
Very
Okay,
cool.
yeah, but yeah, where that's where I'm going on my degree. I'm pursuing a degree in history with a minor in creative writing, and then they have a creative writing program there where I plan on getting my master's in creative writing.
Oh, really? You're gonna go for a
Yeah,
master's?
yeah,
Wow.
I have enough GI Bill to pay for all of it.
Wow.
Yeah, because like I told you, I was messing around. You know, I'm messing around, getting my credit fixed.
Right.
Part of getting my credit fixed was getting my student loans in order. Right,
Mhm.
I've owed student loans forever. Um, one of the
I think when you're disabled, you don't have to pay those back.
100%. You got to be 100%. I'm not 100%.
Oh, I am.
Uh, so,
Is that why
but
they haven't messed? Is that why they haven't messed with me? Because I have some student loans, but I've never heard a thing from them.
well, they probably. Well, I don't know. So a couple weeks ago or so, it took you 30 years to get your
Well,
BA. It's
congratulations.
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 It'll take me over about that. But yeah, because your student loans impact your credit and all this other stuff,
Yeah.
and they also
Yeah.
impact your ability to get financial aid.
Uh-huh.
And one of the reasons that I actually went into the Navy was for my GI Bill. I zealously guarded my
Right.
GI. Yeah, it was the one pot of money that my ex-wife was not able to drain from me was my GI
Thank
Bill.
goodness.
Yeah, everything else she drained. That's a story for a different time. Um,
Yeah, really.
but with me rehabbing my student loans and everything, I can actually buy. Because what did the woman say? It'd take a couple months to go through the process, but once I go through the process, I'll be eligible for Pell Grants again.
Yeah. Hmm.
So yeah, so I'll have my GI Bill and I'll have Pell Grants and all that other stuff. So I'll be able to
Yeah.
do what
Hi,
as long as
Angie.
I don't have, I'm lucky. I don't have to work. I can concentrate on
Right.
my stuff
Right.
and
Right.
I can do my show, and because
That's why you'll do great. You really will.
yeah, it's like I got my show coming up in the morning, and then I actually see, and then the next couple weeks, yeah, I am tired. It's been a long day.
Okay, yeah, it's time
Well,
to call it a night. I have a members only art show on Saturday because I want to keep my word. I don't have a lot of members, but and no
mhm.
one I might not have anyone there, but I'm going to be doing something with fire with a torch, so and metal. So
And
anyway,
yeah, my show in the morning is going to be fun. It's the review and redo. I've reworked some tracks, and I'm going to go over a couple cool ones and stuff that we listened to this week, and then
cool.
I'll be probably doing my 100th show, probably Monday. So I might do something special for that, or I haven't
Okay,
figured out yet.
cool.
All right,
Very cool. Okay, well, Brian, thanks so much for making it back, and this was
yeah,
fun. And
we'll have
I
to do
will
it.
definitely see you around. I
Yes,
always
definitely.
do.
Yes, definitely. No Suck Friday. It's going to be an interesting one.
No, what? Oh, tomorrow.
We call
Yeah.
no,
Okay.
we call them No Suck Fridays.
Okay. Okay. Y'all, thank you so much for being here. And I love this community. I'll say it every time.
Mhm.
You guys rock. And y'all try to tune in to Brian tomorrow and me on Saturday if you want to see some neat metal stuff I'm gonna do. And I will talk to y'all later.
All right, bye.
Bye, y'all.